maybe it would be better for either evaluate or evaluate.
So good morning, Toastmasters.
Good morning.
Okay. So there are so many empty places out here. I want your voices to fill it all. So good morning, Toastmasters.
Good morning.
Great energy. I am Shivam Gurbade and I am playing the role of Sergeant at Arms today. I welcome all the distinguished guests and dear Toastmasters to the meeting number 52nd of Whitefield Toastmasters. So as the Christmas is approaching, today is the day not only about speeches but unwrapped gifts with lot of surprises and learnings. Today is a day not about the evaluation but a board to connect all us together. Today is not just a day of table topics but a way to reward our spontaneity on this stage. So with this, I want you guys to reiterate the mission of Toastmaster with me. So please speak after me. We provide a mutually supportive and positive learning environment in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. With this, I would like to highlight some pointers which you need to follow. First, keep your phones on silent. I'll give you 5 seconds for that. Everything done? Yeah, thank you. Second, please enter or leave the room when we do clapping and all. Don't do it while someone is speaking. That might distract the speaker. Third, we at Toastmaster refrain from speaking on the taboo topics like sex, religion or politics prior, during or post the Toastmaster meeting. So please do follow it. And one more disclaimer that this meeting is getting recorded, and if someone doesn't want to get recorded, please contact Toastmaster Akshar. And now, like yesterday I watched Vicky Kaushal on the stage, so I can't stop but ask you guys, how's the Josh? Great. So now I would like to hand over to DTM Mazahir to take over the meeting.
Thank you so much. Claps are the least of an encouragement for the speaker. So can you clap, please? Thank you so much. During COVID, a lot of us turned our in-person meeting to virtual. There's one such club that I want to, quote over here. The club name is Sunshine. And because in a virtual environment, you cannot really hear a clap. So Sunshine, instead of a clap, used to do a silent clap. May I now request all of you to let's just show a sign for a silent clap. So how you do it is, you do it this way. Yeah? Thank you so much. Let me now, as a presiding officer for Whitefield Toastmaster, and with the heavy voice and an extra husk that I'm putting in right now, this will be my final official presiding officer remark. So let me welcome all of you to meeting number 52. Celebration is a wonderful theme, and I was going through one of the poems in the morning. It is by Amy Ludwig, Wander Water, and she says, "Let me celebrate you as you celebrate me. Celebrate words and pictures we made by ourselves. Let us celebrate writing. We are reading right now. Poems on t-shirts, books on our shelves. Let us celebrate music, the sound on the page. Celebrate voices we hear on the stage. We are writers. We are. Writing is what we do. As you celebrate me, I'll celebrate you." This is celebration. No matter how small or big, it all depends on how involved you are. And it all starts with a reason. Sometimes you don't need a reason. Sometimes the reason can be as small as, maybe just achieving something at home. Example, that closet which has been pending for too long that you're trying to adjust, and my t-shirt should be here. By the way, I'm saying this on camera, so I have 3 sections of t-shirts in my house. One is what I wear at office, one is like a regular okay to wear, and one is completely only at home to be worn, right? And that's how I would want my closet to be. But when these ones go for wash and they come back, it does take at least 2 to 3 days for me to figure out like where would they be going and all that. So I need to rearrange all of it. But what I do after rearranging is that I definitely pour myself a sachet of Sunday coffee. It's a brand, Sunday Coffee from India. And I enjoy it for half an hour and say, finally it's been done. Trust me, ladies are connecting a little bit more over here. Guys, I know. You have seen the pile of clothes in your house. You know how it feels. You know that's been pending. Point is, celebration doesn't really require a big of a reason. Try and celebrate even small things. In India, as a community, I think we celebrate a lot. And why not? Not to feel otherwise, being a Muslim, being celebrating Janmashtami, Diwali, Holi, Christmas, Punjabi festivals, because I absolutely love when Sikhs do the Sabil, basically, or they call it Shabil Bay, right? Similar concept that we follow in our religion as well, right? We celebrate Eid and whatnot possible. So I think as a group, we are, I think, always in a spirit to celebrate. If we don't find the reason, we watch cricket. And our team is a great team, I can say. They would absolutely will not really give you a reason not to celebrate, because they do definitely have a winning streak. No matter where they go, we know we will win. I remember, and I'm not a cricket fan, but I can tell you this, in late 90s, in early 2000, even the 2010 era, trust me, India became a team. You know, we used to say, I'm really sorry if I'm saying this, we used to say, Australia hai to jeetega. Right? They will win. Or some other team, they might win. Right? But now India is there, means we are going to win. That's who we are. That's how we are in the world. And that's how our mark is. Right? So what the world is doing, it is not only you who's celebrating small or big thing, but even the world is celebrating India. We as a country have a goal. We as state have a goal. We as community have our goals. So I'm sure we as an individual also have a goal. When I came for the meeting today, I was quoting Sachin, who spoke during one of the table topics last week. And he literally told that you don't have to wait for December 31st to commit to something. And when you see the result, what you may want to do is celebrate. Right? So celebrate all that you can. Just a little bit of a personal touch to my last remark as a presiding officer for Whitefield Toastmaster. It's definitely been a great journey. I do remember our first meeting at Shobha. There was a clubhouse, couple of people, energetic bunch. When I entered that particular hall, there was somebody who asked me, can I eat something? Because I came hungry from home, considering I wanted to come early and set up everything. I said, go ahead. We'll wait for some time, right? And the room used to be about 8 to 10 people, 10 to 12 people. But the energy was always high. We have seen a couple of meetings in Shobha Tree Makers Clubhouse. From there we moved on to Sri Sri Dhama. It was a lovely place. What a wonderful vibe. One thing that people would always say about Sri Sri Dhama and our club then is that your club vibes are very different. This place, Sri Sri Dhama, as a yoga center which was a well lit place, people used to come, and I've literally seen them with my eyes, will sit down in a corner. I'm not saying they're going to meditate, but they would just sit down, calm. That's how the place used to be. The numbers grew from 10 to 12 to 15 and 20, 25, 30 and 35 and 37 and whatnot possible. But one thing, whether the numbers were high or low, the energy never went down. The feedback never came otherwise. Whether you were a guest or a member, we always took care of you in whatever manner possible. Right? Our committee has made sure, whether they were available for 1 day, 10 days, a month, or more than that, they played their part. I'm talking about I being the president from the very inception of this club until this particular presiding address. I mean, anyway, my official terms end on December 31st. So that. It's been an honor serving as a president for Whitefield Toastmaster. And I can proudly go home. And I will not really take a pride and say, oh, I was the first president. No. Rather, I'll say I was associated with this club as within the executive committee. The person who was there in the room with people who were supporting him throughout. It doesn't matter. There was somebody once asked me, Muzahir, how do you make decisions? I said, I have 7 people. So I'm going to go with the majority. So what about your opinion? I said, I'll keep my opinion last, not as a decision maker, but I want to hear everybody. And I would simply just quote Nelson Mandela over here. And I think Nelson Mandela, when he was in jail, they used to ask him, how come, you made so many decisions and all that, but you're very calm on stage, if you ever hear him speaking. So Mandela says one thing, he said, listen, my father was in a committee at a place. So he said, okay. My father used to always listen to people, a room full of people, and would only provide his remark at the end if necessary. So what he taught me is to listen to people rather than speaking. To a guy who couldn't hold himself on the stage, but to speak over and beyond, who was in and on his way to speak limited. And I'm sure I've already exceeded my presiding officer address, as you know. I'm on my journey, to do that. It's a big thing what Nelson Mandela then said, that my father used to be the person who would listen to people, and that's a trait that I have from him. It's important for you to listen to the room first, before you even give your opinion. And I'm sure as what he did, his father, and then him, and there are so many other people, for their country, for their community, we are all gathered over here in the form that we are, right? New Year is approaching. I'm sure a lot of us have already started working on our goal. I'm sure we are definitely going to do good in 2024. We as a club will definitely do great things in 2024. I'm really excited for that particular year to come. And I would want each one of you to be with us and celebrate this journey together. I do have an official introduction of our Toastmaster of the day, who will come right after me, who's the MOC, the Master of Ceremony. Toastmaster as a community, as they started around, actually the official club was in 1924, but they were unofficially meeting for multiple years. The formation officially happened in 1924 in Santa Clara, but they were unofficially meeting. There's like, let's say if we have an idea to open a Toastmaster club in this particular community, then we would probably meet pre-charter. So rather there's something called a pre-charter, right? You try to engage, you try to ignite that spark, you try to figure out there are people who are available for that. So Toastmaster community been there for almost about 100 years, encouraging people, encouraging groups to do better in terms of their public speaking, networking, their leadership, and active listening skills. Underrated, but I always quote that, right? That's what we here in Toastmaster for. I do definitely have some announcements that I will make towards the end of the meeting. There will be an attendance form which will be circulated, and we have recently added a couple of people, so your name has been added as a member. Please make sure everybody fills their attendance. The voting link will also be shared. However, in case if we find problem, I would request one of the executive committee member to please put in the group that we are finding problem. So we'll be ready with the manual way of voting, or so possible. Alright, cool. Now I do have the official introduction of the person, but I'm actually going to do it, otherwise I'll make it personalized. This person is hard to find, hard to get hold of. Okay? I know most of you will say, no, I've seen him a lot of times. But I'm telling you, it's hard to catch hold of. Retired in 2023 from Hindustan Aeronautical Limited. And a man who's committed to his job, a man who's committed to his commitment, a man who's committed to his words. Somebody who is filled with positive vibes. Somebody who reminds me of someone say, listen, I'm going to first listen to you, I'm going to make my remark. I'm going to say less, but what I say will add meaning to the conversation. Right? Somebody who's being a reliable member of our club. Somebody who's, if I'm not wrong, somebody who's been a charter member of this club. Right? Supported many other clubs in community in past as well, right? For different clubs and everything. And his commitment to just say this, Thursdays they used to be meeting in RT Nagar. So our man would go all the way from his work to RT Nagar, drive from HAL to RT Nagar, and drive all the way from RT Nagar to Shobha Dreammakers. And that's the commitment that I'm talking about. I think this man deserves the best and a huge round of applause. Let's welcome our Master of Ceremony with the theme Celebration, Toastmaster Gopinath.
Thank you so much, DTM Muzahir, for that wonderful introduction. Definitely he is a man of words, right? And I fully agree with what you said. I am a person hard to find. You experienced it right 11 o'clock. I was really hard to find. And in fact, I had pushed the meeting to 11:15 because I was hard to find. So thank you so much for that introduction. So today's theme is celebration. Do we look like are in the mood of celebration?
Yes.
How do you behave when you are in celebration? Wow! Something like that. Make some noise.
Yeah.
Like that. Because we have every reason to celebrate. Just imagine a year without the celebrations. You don't have Pongal, you don't have Shivaratri, you don't have Onam, Vishu, you don't have Deepavali, Navaratri, Christmas, you don't have Ramzan, you don't have so many things. How do we live? So definitely we need celebration to really live also. And when was the first time you experienced celebration? Maybe you have forgotten. The very first day, the day you were born, there was a lot of celebration. You might not be remembering, but would you agree that it was a celebration? So there is no reason to stop the celebration until the last day. Obviously that day there may not be a celebration of that kind, but definitely within you, or rather within me, I'll be celebrating for the most glorious next life. And with the way I am living, I'm sure I will have further lives. Although they say, rest in peace and all that, the way I have lived, definitely I'll have further life. So you must have celebration. And if you don't find anything to celebrate, just go for a walk in the morning. In Shobha Dreammakers, we have the facility to walk. So you just walk and you hear the birds chirping and the sunshine comes through in between the leaves and just speaks to you. And you see, sometimes I have the habit of looking at the ant, it will just moving, It has got exactly the same kind of complexity a human being has. It has got the brain probably, it has got the blood circulation, it has got all kinds of food processing system, the reproductive system, obviously, because I see more and more ants. So it has got everything. So it is the creation of nature. So that is something to be celebrated. So everything, there is a reason to celebrate. And if you can't find anything to celebrate, just for the fact that today morning, 7.5 billion slept.
Yes.
1,50,000 people did not get up. So is there a good enough reason to celebrate? You have a new day to celebrate. So let us celebrate. So with that, I would get into the business of today. Is there any guest, by the way?
No.
All are members.
Yes.
So one of the 10 commandments of Toastmasters, which we all have to adhere, is that bring guests to the meeting. So let us do that. And I was just like our Mr. Gorbade said, I like your surname. So Shivam said, 10 commandments. One of the 10 commandments is, I call it RISE, R-I-S-E. That your job is to rise every week. That is to respect, always, yes, respect, integrity, service and excellence. RISE is one of them. So one of the 10 commandments is bring guests. So let us do that from next week onwards. And without further ado, let us get into the real business of today. That is the Toastmasters. Typically Toastmasters meeting has got 3 different phases. First one is a prepared speech wherein the speaker comes with a prepared speech from the chosen path and he gives his speech. And that is the first phase. The second one is a table topic session wherein it's an impromptu session where people are called at random and they are given random topics and they speak at random. Everything is random. The third one is the evaluation phase where all the activities of today is evaluated and given some feedbacks for betterment in the next meeting. So this will be done by a person called a general evaluator. And today's general evaluator is a very special person. I was going through his profile and it is really amazing. He says he's a global citizen, which we all should aspire to be. And he has got a very specific profession, which is testing the performance of cars. Car testing, its performance and safety. And mind you, he's also an ethical hacker. He's a cyber security engineer. So he's very complicated things also. And I'm sure any role he takes, he will also test its safety and performance. And any role he takes, he tests its value and its performance. So today that means every role is in safe hands with Toastmaster Vaishak Suresh. So please help me welcome our general evaluator today, Toastmaster Vaishak Suresh.
Thank you so much. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. So, this is the first time I've been taking up the job of a general evaluator. I've been a speech evaluator, but first time as a general evaluator. But then this got me thinking. So I was very nervous for this role. I mean, how am I going to evaluate where I have done speeches, but then evaluation, thinking whether his speech is good, her speech is good, it all got me boggled. Then I thought of one thing. We've been evaluating every point of our life at every moment. Even the theme for today, celebration. What do we celebrate? Diwali? Eid? Christmas? But then don't we evaluate those festivals as well? Arey, last year in Christmas I got a toy car. This year my mom gave me only a pencil box. Last year in Diwali, my dad gave me a big carton of firecrackers. I just got one cracker this time. So evaluation is built into us from the start, and evaluation helps us improve, so that when we know that tomorrow's Christmas, if it was not better than last year, I'm going to make it better next year. So with that in mind, let me introduce the team that's going to help me do the evaluation for today, who is the tag team. The tag team consists of the timer, the R counter, and the grammarian. The timer who's going to help me today, his name is Toastmaster Murthy, and he's a software engineer. He loves to travel, and I'm not sure why all software engineers love to travel. They want to be out of the office and into adventure, right? But then there's a special quality with Toastmaster Murthy. He's also a flute player, and I'm waiting for a session where he can grace us with his music. So welcome on the stage.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Dear guests, no guests, right? So Toastmasters, all Toastmasters, good morning. So I am timer for today. My role is a timer. So as the role of timer, I am here to ensure the celebration, whatever happens here on the stage, whoever comes to speak and celebrate here, my part is to ensure they will celebrate but not make it an endless marathon. Yeah. So that is my role here. Imagine me like a traffic light, friendly traffic light, where I will make sure our speaking journey is guided in the right direction, and everyone celebrates the amount of time they are meant to be celebrated here. So to guide all of you people, I have 3 colors with me, dazzling colors, trio of colors. So I'll introduce these colors to you people. The first color is green. I call this the leafy guy. So this leafy guy, what he does is, when person is speaking here, when he is celebrating with his speech, I'll display this leafy guy at a moment where it tells to the person who is celebrating that he is doing great, keep going. And I have this one, I named it as a yellow color, and I named it as a sunny guy, like the hot sun. So when I display this, it means I am telling to the speaker, please be aware of your time. You have come to your target time. You did good, and be aware and be heads up. I am giving a heads up to them. And we have this guy, and I call this red color, I call this as stopping guy. So when you are involved in your celebration too much and you are enjoying here, this stopping A comes like this when he is meant to come. So when he comes, it means like he will tell you that it's time for your celebration to stop, and it's time for you to say thank you to everyone and end the speech and move on. He is very rude person, not like a yellow person. So coming to timings, when I'll show all these things, I'll quickly tell. For table topics, the green color comes at 1st minute, for icebreaker speech at 4th minute, for prepared speeches at 5th minute, and evaluation speaker 2 minutes. And the yellow comes for table topics at 1 minute 30 seconds, for icebreaker at 5 minutes, for prepared speech at 6 minutes, and speech evaluation at 2 minutes 30 seconds. And this red card comes for table topics at 2 minutes, for icebreaker at 6 minutes, for prepared speeches at 7 minutes, and evaluation speech at 3 minutes. And remember, celebrations is all about grace, having grace. I also have some grace with me as a timer role. Can anyone tell what is that grace? Yes, I give the grace period of 30 seconds. For prepared speeches and evaluators, there is a grace period I'll give at the starting time limit and at the last time limit at 30 seconds. And for table topics, as we are encouraging, there is no grace period at starting. If you come here, just say good morning, you're qualified. And but there is a end time limit of 30 seconds grace period for table topics, so that he don't celebrate more than what the time is given. And when my time has come again, I'll come here as a Santa with gifts. Do you people know what gifts I'll give as a timer?
Qualification.
Yes, I come here and I'll come with my report saying how many over celebrated, over-eaten, here overspoke. How many thought they overspoke but actually did not celebrate and went away, and who actually celebrated correct amount of time. This report I'll be telling to everyone when I'm called upon. Over to you, Toastmaster.
So when I see the red, yellow and green, I would say it's very synonymous with how we deal in India. So red, green and yellow are colors that we see on every day on roads, and especially this a friend of mine actually told, and I'm just summarizing what he said. The green light, when you see, is for you to go as quick as possible because it may change any time. The yellow is for you to be careful because you can go, but the next signal may start coming through. And red is also, in fact, you can go, but if you get caught, it's on you. Saying that, next, let me bring upon the next member of my team, who's the R counter. The R counter is done by Toastmaster Anjani, and he is a data scientist by profession, but I have seen mostly in Shobha grounds him playing badminton. So please, Toastmaster Anjani on the stage.
Good morning, Toastmasters. Good morning. Yeah. I'm Anjani Kumar. As Vaishak mentioned, I play badminton a lot. Okay, that's celebration to mention is that recently I won some gold medal in my kids' school. Parents for competition for parents. That's one celebration I can call out. So today I'll be serving the role of R counter. So as R counter, I'll record the unnecessary sounds and words used by speakers and role takers. So some sounds to mention are crutch sounds like and filler words like but, like, so, okay, such things which you use generally, and some filler phrases like you know, and so, some etc. Such things, and some unnecessary long pauses which we take in our speeches. Okay, so generally these crutch words and filler sounds are used by speakers unconsciously mostly, and some consciously as well to make the speech better. And these kind of sounds try to make the speech dilute, and sometimes these words devalue the speech what we are trying to make. So this I'll record this words and phrases used by the speaker so that it will help them use less minimize the usage in the future speeches, and it will help their speech better in the future. Yeah. When called upon by GE, I'll be back with my report at the end of the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. The last member of my team, he is a very important member. He's a grammarian who's going to correct our usages. And to explain his role, I'd like to welcome Toastmaster Saurabh, who is interestingly working in Deloitte. He did ask a lot of questions this morning about cybersecurity to me. So he's a person who likes to learn more about what others are doing and then incorporate it in his work life and make technology better. So on the stage, Toastmaster Saurabh.
Good morning, Toastmasters. Good morning. So, as a grammarian, my role is to look for the good usage of the words or phrases and the bad usage of the words or phrases, or maybe say not so good usage of the word and phrases, and will suggest an alternative if not a good usage of the phrases, as well as I will be noting down the people who are using the day of the word of the day, and I will give my speech at the end at the time of reporting. So yeah, that is from my side. So whatever day is felicity, so meaning intense happiness or great joy. Usage: may the new year be filled with felicity and moment of pure joy for you. And a second example is, her face lit up with the felicity when she received the good news. So I would encourage everyone to use the word of the day as much as possible today.
Okay, so wishing that we incorporate the TMOD's principles of RISE and hoping that this meeting will be filled with felicity, let me hand over the stage to Toastmaster Gopinath.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vaisak, for that GE role, and he will come back later with his detailed evaluation. Now we'll get into the first phase of today's meeting, that is of prepared speeches. And we have 3 prepared speeches today. And before I call upon the speaker, I would like to call upon the evaluator of the very first speech. And this evaluator is working in MNC as a marketing professional, and she's a lover of nature, and she performs yoga. And when you are connected with yoga and nature, the person is always at peace. I'm sure we are going to have a very peaceful evaluation today, but it doesn't have to be very peaceful, it can be aggressive as well. So please help me welcome to introduce the evaluator of very first speech, Toastmaster Monica.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Today I am evaluating a person who is delivering the first speech here, but definitely not the first speaker, or he is not speaking first time on the stage. He is delivering the L1 P1, and the purpose of the speech is to introduce himself to the club and the basic structure of the public speaking or the speech. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Monica. Now, the very first speaker today is a management consultant, and whenever he has got free time, he spends time with family. When most of the people, they don't get time with family. So they have all other priorities. So this is something very interesting. And I have found out that he has got 2 very interesting hobbies. One is reading books, another one is playing football. Why I found this very interesting is, books will nourish your mind and intellect. And football will nourish your body and spirit. So the most spirited person, Toastmaster Vivek Sridhar, to give his icebreaker. Such a long introduction, applause. While the purpose of the speech is, as explained by the evaluator, is to just to introduce, but the title of the speech is very interesting, which is called Purpose. Purpose, Toastmaster Srivastava. Vivek Sridhar.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
To start with, like Sir said, although this is my icebreaker speech, but I have given quite a few impromptu and the table topic sessions earlier. So I was born in a town near Mangalore, which is a coastal part of Karnataka. I was brought up with a generic childhood that anybody can have. And the only thing I remember about my childhood was that I was playing cricket all the time. And then I also went into my engineering, fast forward. And again, the only thing I remember during those days was that I was partying and enjoying my time with my friends. So I did not do anything great. And again, continued my journey. I did my MBA. And then right now I'm working as a management consultant in one of the consulting firms, advising clients what to do, although I don't do it myself. Now all this while, now my topic, I'm trying to relate to that particular topic. All this while, there's one thing that I've been trying to find the answers to. What is the purpose? Why do we do what we do? What is the purpose of all these things? Starting from childhood, and then we study, and then we move through this like education, we work, we meet friends and people, and what is the purpose, right? And when you think of what are the different purposes of life, right, there are a lot of thought perspectives about it. There is not like one definite reason to it. So the first one and the most common one is a more religious and spiritual perspective of purpose of life, right? To say, every religion has it. To say, you do something to attain something better in your next dimension, right? Or in your future life, right? And that's always there. And in also some communities, like Sir was saying, your birthday is celebrated, and even dead days are celebrated in a lot of communities, right? So it's a very strong argument for a purpose of life to say, and it's mostly coming from a religious and spiritual perspective, to say do the right things because you'll attain something in your next life, moksha, whatever, right? All communities have it. Now the second one is a more scientific perspective to say the purpose of life is a natural process, and any purpose you have is just an interpretation that you're having to make you feel better. It's also a very powerful argument for people who follow science. Now the third one is a more evolutionary kind of a perspective that people have to purpose of life, right? So I was, in my younger days, when I was in my early 20s, so I used to go, I thought I was very intelligent those days because I was young, so I used to go around asking for people, what do you think is the purpose of life? Now one senior leader was there in my organization. I went ahead and asked him, sir, what do you think is the purpose of life? He said, Vivek, I have met many people like you. Life does not have any purpose. The purpose of life is just reproduction. Now that's also a very sound argument, coming from an evolutionary standpoint of what the purpose of life is. Now the other most practical interpretation of a perspective of life is this, right? Life may not have any inherent purpose, but having a purpose gives you a guidance, it gives you a motivation, it gives you something to achieve. You try to do something because that is something that you are artificially created for yourself, although it might not have any practical purposes, right? And the last one, which I find the most powerful, to say you should have a purpose to reach your potential. So if you don't have a potential, so if you don't have a potential and you don't do something, that's fine. But if you have potential, you should always try to reach it. Otherwise, one day you're going to regret later saying that I should have done so and so things, although I had the capability to do it. I have not done. That's a very powerful argument to have, although there are multiple dimensions to say. A more of an achievement kind of a perspective to say, in my life, whatever I have the potential, I'll try to achieve it. And that becomes my purpose of life. So if we talk to multiple people, they'll give you multiple definitions of what the purpose of life is. Now, is there one definition? I don't think there is one definition to what a purpose of life is. So you have a religious perspective, you have a spiritual perspective, you have a more evolutionary perspective, scientific perspective. You have an achievement perspective, you have a more practical perspective. There are multiple dimensions. So my ask to this group is that when you go through this vacation, we all have vacations right now, long weekend coming up, 1 week, and you're all going to make New Year resolutions. Whether you follow it or not is a separate thing, but we are all going to have a resolution for sure. So when you make this resolution, just try to ask this question to yourself and try to align it to your resolution. Does your life need a purpose? Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vivek, for that wonderful speech. Now, you cannot complain, you don't know the purpose of your life. You have been given enough stuff to think about it. I really appreciate your speech and the way you delivered. Definitely, it doesn't look like an icebreaker speech. It's much beyond that. But really interesting topic to actually ponder. And I truly believe that we should have a debate competition about this subject. It is such a nice subject. And I was just thinking about some certain things I have read over the past years. And I have summarized the purpose of your life is to actually find the purpose. Isn't that very interesting? Because the moment you find the purpose of your life, you don't need to live. It's over. Because then the rest is all just your passing time until your lungs refuse to pump. That's all. So real purpose of your life is to find the purpose of your life. So that's really nice. Thank you so much for that wonderful speech. Now we'll go to the next prepared speech. And before I call upon the speaker, again I will call the evaluator of the speech, who is a very good friend of mine, always a go-to person. And we nowadays the Toastmasters of Shobha Dreammakers, we have a new trend. Every festival we all flock into his house because such a beautiful Toastmaster Raj and Toastmaster Archana, the couple Toastmasters. They are very good hosts. So we really go, and this person is always have the capability, the capacity to be very authoritative in whatever he does, and he pays close attention to the details. That's how he does everything he does in life. So please help me welcome our evaluator of the speech, Toastmaster Raj Rai.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gopinath sir. That was quite an intro on me hosting people. People who have not come to my house, so you are invited next. Okay, I am here to evaluate my target speaker, who would be giving her level 1, project 3, and the pathway is engaging humor, and the title for the speech is the not so subtle art of. The not so subtle art of my target speaker, Toastmaster Radha. Back to you, sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raj. Thank you for that introduction. And this Toastmaster, I recently heard very first speech I heard not her very first speech. And I was really captivated in her ability to really deliver a speech with a lot of humor and sincerity and captivating nature. That was really nice. And she says she's not she says, it is. She's a project manager, and her hobbies are drawing, that is maybe painting or pencil sketching, music, and really connecting with people, which you might have already experienced her ability to connect with people. And she is having excellent humor sense, and always with a great smile. So please help me welcome. The title of her speech is The Not So Subtle Art of. I'm sure it will become obvious when she gives the speech. The Not So Subtle Art of Toastmaster Radha Kachinathan. Toastmaster Radha Kachinathan, The Not So Subtle Art of.
Yes, we can start the timing. Women, what a soulful creation. How many of you appreciate the woman in your life? Everybody. I think let's give it up a great round of applause for all those incredible women in our life. What do you think? What women are known for? What? Kindness?
Care.
Powerhouse?
Care.
Love, care, ability to service, leadership, multitasking, beauty, their cooking wizardry,
taking their finances in their own hand.
also like their masterful bargaining skills. And well, let's not forget that one thing which they have turned into an art form called shopping. Before we make it a gender-biased topic, let me tell you, men also love shopping. I connected with few members and tried to understand their point of views. Like distinguished Toastmaster Mazahir, he says, shopping online is like I'm in a relationship with my credit cards and it's complicated. Toastmaster Akshay says, my favorite exercise is shopping lifting. And if there was a if shopping was a sport, I would have got a medal, a gold medal. Toastmaster Monica, she says, I didn't remember when was the last time I hit the gym, but I surely remember my last 5 shopping sprays. Toastmaster Raj, he confirms that one time he wanted to go on a shopping diet, but then he decided he's better at managing his calories rather than cash. So ladies and gentlemen, shopaholics, bargain hunters and fashionistas, welcome to the most twisted world of shopping behavior and pink tax. Number 1, male versus female shopping behavior. Let's start with the basic. Men and women shop differently. Shocker, right? Men are those no-nonsense, get in and get out kind of shoppers. For them, shopping is like a military operation. They have a mission, they have a target, they have a plan and an exit also. They have mastered in the skill of hunting a perfect shirt in less than 5 minutes. Find what they want, go to the checkout, no dilly-dilly. On the other hand, a woman, for them, shopping is an experience, is an emotion. For them, shopping is not going to a mall, it's not an activity, it's a journey. It's not about a destination. It's about exploring all the shops, all the aisles. Number 2, the pink tax conspiracy. Believe it or not, color played a vital role in our fashion industry. fashion industry wizards have mastered the art that they'll take a product, any product, paint it pink, label it for her, charge extra, and women will buy. But why? Because the power of pink is unavoidable. During their entire shopping experience, we women came across so many things where we have seen that color, because of the color, we have to pay more. Example, a pink t-shirt. It's pink, so it's for women, right? Wrong. It is the same t-shirt in the men's section will cost lesser. The same bag in pink will cost 20% higher, while the same bag in black or grey will cost lesser. Even they don't even bother to change the design. Example, bottle, diary, backpacks, shoes, all those products in pink will cost more, and we have to buy it because pink is marketed as for her. The number 3, the eye-opening fact. As I mentioned, over a woman's lifetime, she has to pay thousands of extras monies just for being female. Did you know that women pay an average of 7% more for clothing, 13% more for personal care products, and 8% more for senior home health care? All this because of pink tax. And it's not just about color. Sometimes their clothing will not also have pockets. Okay, most of the time they don't have pockets. But what I want to say is that most of these factors are known, but maybe it's not important for most of us. Dear ladies, it's time to understand the gender neutral based products, to promote the unisex products and not fit into those criteria where they say what you want. You should be aware that what you want and how you want to spend your money. And dear men, there are colors than pink which your girl may like. So at the end, what I want to say is, this is definitely the not so subtle art of charging more and influencing your shopping experiences and behavior. So please be aware of the same. Until next time, shop smartly, dear fashionistas. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Radha, for that wonderful speech. And any speech, the effectiveness of the speech is that when the speech is able to create some emotions in the audience. And really, she took me to some memory several years ago. And I don't mind just telling this. In the year 1996, when I met with an accident and I lost my right arm, and after the effects of this anesthesia, when I discovered that I don't have the right arm anymore, a firm voice holding my left hand told me, I will be your right arm throughout our life. That was none other than my wonderful wife. And I'm sure I will have to live several lives to pay back whatever she has done to my life. So I fully agree with Radha that, and we kind of men has already agreed to that gender biased term, better half. How can it be gender neutral? Gender biased term, right? Better half, but we agree with that. So thank you so much for that wonderful speech. Please give her one more round of applause. So now, before I call upon the third speaker, I would like to invite the evaluator of the speech, who is a meticulous planner and an equally meticulous executor of anything he wants to do. And he eats, breathes Toastmasters. And please help me welcome Toastmaster of the Day. Sorry. See, when you want to invite such a great person, you will get totally confused. Please help me welcome DTM Mazahir as an evaluator.
It's an honor to re-evaluate the speaker The purpose of this project is to practice applying feedback, after delivering a speech. Why I'm saying it's an honor is because I've heard the first speech as well, and I do have the feedback written over here. In Toastmaster, we apply the art of feedback. This particular project requires you to deliver any speech of your choice, which is for 5 to 7 minutes timer. There was a feedback which was given by the evaluator before. Fortunately or unfortunately, it's me. So I know the points. And today the speech will be, it can be a new speech, it can be the same speech, but the feedback which was given should be incorporated. So I'll provide my feedback when called by the general evaluator. All the best to the speaker. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, DTM Mazahir. Now, the speaker always appears very unassuming and calm, but he is not like that. I have heard his previous speech, as Dr. DTM Mazahir said. It was filled with a lot of humor. And I was surprised how a person with so much humor in him can be so calm looking, unassuming and all that. So, if you have, stopped something doing in life which you always wanted to pursue, just listen to this speech. Why? Because the title of the speech is Just Restart. Just Restart, Toastmaster Anil. Toastmaster Anil, Just Restart.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. So, how many of you are from IT background here? Okay. So, when there is a problem in your application or in the server, right? So normally we break our heads in resolving the problem by doing some config changes and etc. But it won't get resolved, isn't it? So finally, what is that which is going to resolve a problem? It's the restart. So restart an application, restart the phone, restart the setup box, restart the TV. So before going to a service center, we restart, right? And most of the times it works, isn't it? So similarly, in our personal life also, so I'm sorry. So in office life, maybe you need some approvals to restart. We cannot directly go and restart a server or application. So in personal life, do we need any approvals? No, right? So we can take the call and we can take the restart if we are stuck in some point of life. For example, you started learning a skill like swimming or dancing. So due to some reasons you stopped it. It is not working or you may be disappointed or something, whatever, you may get demotivated. My suggestion is just restart it, it is definitely going to work. So now I am going to tell you about my restart of Toastmasters journey. How I started it and why I had to stop it and how restarted worked for me. Being a guy from a small town in Andhra, I was very weak in my communication skills. So, after completion of my graduation, so I got to know how great my communication was while attending for the interviews. I failed miserably, rejections everywhere. Finally, after confusing the interviewer, I got the job. Okay, so I landed into IT job. So initially it was a domestic company where I had not faced many major challenge in handling the clients, in handling my users. So later on I joined an MNC where I had to deal with the foreign clients. So that is when the drama started. So whenever there is a meeting, right, so there used to be foreign delegates who are connected to us virtually. When I start speaking, so there used to be a pin drop silence in the entire room. So I was under the impression that being a critical stakeholder, I was taken very seriously and there was silence in the entire room. But later on, my colleagues made me realize that they couldn't understand what I spoke, and that's the reason for silence. So that is when I seriously decided I have to improve my communication skills. There is no other way for me. I shifted to Hyderabad. As many of you know, right? Hyderabad is a place which is famous for courses and institutes. The prices are very cheap there. So I roamed around all the institutes for spoken English courses actually. I have inquired many places, but everyone were teaching the grammar. I was not interested in learning grammar. So finally I zeroed on to this Toastmasters. I heard about it from one of my colleagues. So I booked an appointment and went there. The model is very different. So they were not teaching grammar. People were directly going onto the dais with their prepared speeches and impromptu speeches. They were delivering something and someone were writing the notes. So it was very interesting for me. I felt that this is the model what I need to overcome my stage fear and to improve my public speaking skills. I started attending the sessions. I think I have attended for almost a couple of months. I attended on Sunday early mornings, right? So where all of my friends had like late night parties and they used to sleep. I used to wake up early, very early for my Toastmaster sessions. So it was very refreshing for me those days when I was attending the Toastmaster sessions. I can still feel the fragrance of that mornings. They were very useful mornings, right? Unlike other mornings where we usually wake up very late. So they were useless. So that is how it was, but life had a different plans for me. I could not continue that. I could not continue those sessions because of my personal commitments or work-life business, etc. After many long years, I had to restart my Toastmasters journey. Let me tell you what triggered that thought of restarting my Toastmasters journey. It is during COVID time where we had lot of ideal time, right? So whenever I used to open LinkedIn, so there were a lot of achievement posts. I have achieved that, I have achieved this. So that triggered me, why can't I achieve something? So I'm very still not that good in communication. Let's restart my Toastmasters journey, I thought that. And then 2020 and 2021 gone with getting motivated, only 2 years gone. And in 2022 I got into the action. I have prepared a to-do list of things and I have covered I think 3 or 4 to-do list. I have completed them. And in 2023 starting, that is when I met our Raj. I got his contact from one of these social media posts, I think from Facebook, I think. I contacted him and booked an appointment, came to the Whitefield Toastmasters as a guest in March 2023. The same vibe, positive vibe which I felt in Hyderabad Toastmasters when I went for the first time, right? The same vibe I got here. And without further delay, I have taken the membership and from there is no going back. In my first innings, some negative forces dominated and I couldn't continue. But in second innings, no matter what, I'm going to continue this Toastmasters journey and it is going to be an important part in my life. Initially, I thought I have reserved only for 1 year. I can improve my skills in 1 year, but it is not. It is going to be, I need it forever. That is what, and whatever the changes, small changes Toastmasters had brought me, whether it is personally or professionally, I am going to cover in my upcoming speeches. And thank you all. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Anil, for that enlightening speech, insightful speech rather. In fact, I have identified at least 5 things which I have to restart, which I stopped in the recent days. So I have to start restarting one by one. I also have, my house is flooded with to-do lists, which transfers from one list to the next list to the next list. So thank you so much for that speech. We'll go on with the next agenda of the second phase of our Toastmasters meeting today, which is about table topic session, which is an impromptu session wherein anybody will be called for an impromptu speech here for a period of minimum 30 seconds to 2 minutes, 30 seconds max. So 1 to 2 minutes actually. So to do this, we have a very interesting person who is always found with a very calming smile. So he is never found under some stress or anything. Maybe he has got the great ability to hide stress, I do not know. And he is having a very interesting rather hobby of releasing podcasts. I was recently watching one of his podcasts. One of the best ability of a leader is to be able to bring leadership in others. So he is making others, I always heard this, a good leader doesn't try to impress. They are always impressed. So he makes people to be impressed rather than he is impressing the person in front of him. So I really appreciate that, and please help me welcome Toastmaster Akshay Srivastava.
Thank you so much, sir, for the introduction. Before starting with the session, I would like to take a moment here and thank DTM Mazahir. He mentioned initially that like his role throughout this year as the first president of Whitefield Toastmasters. And I just want to mention 2 lines, Mazahir. Like throughout this year, I joined in February 2023. Throughout this year, after joining the XCOM team especially, I always saw you as a leader, never as a boss. And one more thing, the way I always see you on the stage, there is always something new to learn, always. Like take today's example only. You were here on the stage and you were just telling things which happened throughout the year, last year when we started as a club, and this year as well, small stories only, but still everyone was listening and there were few takeaways, or if there are no takeaways, still everyone was listening. That is the skill which I learned today. It is definitely difficult to develop, but with time, if someone focuses, definitely this is a takeaway. Okay, so let's move on to the table topic section. In table topic section, I'll give you one impromptu topic, and you will come here and deliver a speech of minimum of 1 minute and maximum of 2 minutes. You will get the grace time of 30 seconds. We already are in the time crunch right now, so I have just selected 3 topics, and without wasting time for asking people to come up here, I have selected 3 people already in my mind. Okay, and I'll call those people out here myself, because we are still, time is really very less. Okay, so the first contender is Avnindra. Please.
You decided the name first, huh? Thank you so much.
Your topic is, when you recall year 2023, what one thing you are proud of?
Oh, great.
When you recall year 2023, what one thing you are proud of? Toastmaster Avnindra.
Thank you so much for topic. So year 23 was years of achievement. I achieved a lot of things career-wise. We blessed one of my daughter in my family. So apart from that, I realized that I completed close to 20 years in my career. So I realized that I should learn new skills. So I started working on that. So year 2023 was very much special, because 3 years from 2020 to 2023 I was sitting idle at home. Like I was doing work from home. I lost my people skill, I believe that. I started feeling that, okay, why I should talk to these people physically. I somewhere in my mind that I started feeling that, okay, being at having virtual meeting is more comfortable than going somewhere. So I left. Somehow I cope up that fear or that restrictions or the problem from my personality. I got 2 new opportunity in this year. I raised my salary around 5x. If I multiply with my experience, then 5x. So it was very good year for me, career-wise, personal achievements. I lost my 20 kg, more than 20 kg. Like it's health-wise as well. A lot of things I achieved in this year. So this is one of the best year for myself. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Avnindra, and we are so glad to hear your achievements, the one you are proud of. Moving on to our next speaker. Okay, so Toastmaster Shivam will be our next speaker. Your topic is bit imaginative. So the topic is, assuming Santa Claus visits you tonight, what will be the one thing you would ask for? Assuming Santa Claus visits you tonight, what will be the one thing you would ask for? Toastmaster Shivam.
Okay, so very interesting topic and as per the theme. So if Santa Claus do visit me tonight, I'll ask him to ingrain one quality in me. I don't want any material thing from him. I want that he give me something so that I can develop a skill that is called as patience in me. Because there I'm lacking a bit time. I get angry a lot at times. I don't stay at things focused for long, and that's what I want to develop in my life. And that is one of my resolution which I am going to take on the 31st of December this time. That I do stay in the things for long and stay motivated to whatever I start, keep doing it, and also be patient with people. That I do listen to people, understand what their opinions are, and try to incorporate good qualities from them as well. So this is one thing or the quality which I will like to have from the Santa if he visit me tonight.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shivam. I couldn't agree more. Because patience is something you should have a regular dose of patience. It is really very important in everyday life. Okay, moving on to the next speaker, I would like to call our general evaluator, because he has gone to various places and the next topic is related to that particular thing. That's why I need his experience in that zone. Okay, so general evaluator Vaishak, you have gone to places, so your topic is related to that thing only. Your topic is, which festival from a foreign country sounds exciting to you? Which festival from a foreign country sounds exciting to you? Toastmaster Vaishak.
Thank you, Toastmaster Akshay, for that topic. So this year I've been only to one country outside India, and that is Vietnam. So I've been to Vietnam about 4-5 times already, and I really learned about their culture each and every time I visited them. And one festival that resounded with a similar festival that we have is called the Tet. The Tet is a festival that is celebrated in January, somewhere around the timeline of where we celebrate Makar Sankranti, around the 15th of Jan. This, the spelling is T-E with a cedilla and then T, Tet. They do not believe in God. 75% of the people in Vietnam are atheists. But they don't term themselves as atheists because they do believe in a higher power. And their higher power are their ancestors. They believe their culture and their well-being has come from their ancestors, especially the war. They really respect their forefathers who fought in the war and brought them the freedom that they have at this present time. So Tet is a celebration of their ancestors. Everyone stops working for a week. There is no celebration of sorts on the streets. Everyone goes back home to their villages, to their towns, to their ancestral homes, and they celebrate over food and wine, talking about the memories with their ancestors and talking about how their ancestors lived for them, having some small celebrations like lighting up some agarbatis for them, giving some food, preparing some good dishes, and they do not donate anything to charity. Rather, they bring people home and give them food. So this crosses between how we celebrate Ramzan, how we celebrate Diwali, where we celebrate, bring light and laughter and food to the table. So that's about Tet. Thank you.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator Toastmaster Vaishak, for sharing that experience. Let's see if I can plan for Vietnam in 2026. Okay, so because of the time crunch, I had some interesting topics, but because of the time crunch, I won't be able to go ahead. And I'll hand over the meeting to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Gopinath.
Short and sweet. So jaldi khatam ho gaya. So thank you so much, Toastmaster Akshay, for that wonderful table topic session. Now for the third phase of today's meeting, that is the evaluation session. I would like to call upon our general evaluator. I really like your table topics, by the way. So Toastmaster Vaishak Suresh to conduct the evaluation session.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gopinath. So, did we really enjoy our meeting today?
Yes.
Just like our audience, it was short and sweet, right? So, in the spirit of celebration, I'm going to refrain myself from negatives and speak only about the positives. Our meeting did not start very late, so I'm not going to mention anything about that. Sorry. Okay, all right. So our meeting started, I would say, on time in the spirit of celebration, and hearing a lot about the New Year resolution and what people want to do for the New Year's and the next year. There was a quote which I actually shared with a few of you last meeting, but I thought I'll share it with a wider audience. If procrastination had a physical form, that would be a New Year's resolution. So please don't think that I'm going to do something next year for sure. Rather start it tomorrow itself. And with that message, let me go ahead with the speech evaluators for today. For the first speech, which is the icebreaker by Toastmaster Vivek, the evaluator Toastmaster Monica. Your evaluation.
Thank you, Vaishak. I was evaluating Vivek, and my evaluation is like I have so many positives in my diary written for you and very, very, very few negatives. So we enjoyed your speech as always. When you say we all are engaged, you have good engagement with audience, so that was very good. You had a good body language and you had a good body of the speech as well. So you just had a very relaxed body language. It was, while seeing you, it was like, okay, you are just conversing with us. It was not like you are giving a formal speech or something. It was very formal. It was very relaxed. There were funny moments in between, which was engaging to the audience. It was an inspirational speech, as you said more about the experiences and the purpose of life. There were good gestures in your speech. Also, you did not have the unnecessary movement on the stage, so that was very good for the speech. Some of the points on which I think you can work on, there are very few, but I found that you were using the right as a word more in your speech, so you can limit that. The second was, I think some more pauses are required in your speech. You were, if I would say that words per minute were not proper. So I think you should practice your speech while giving the pauses and noticing the words per minute. Because it generally, like for others, we lose the clarity in the speech when you are speaking that fast. Also, in your future speeches, you can challenge yourself on very few points. One is I found that in your speech, you did not have the opening structure. So when you are coming to for a L1, P1 or an icebreaker speech, you can just introduce yourself, like who you are, from where you come, because you are introducing to the club. Introducing yourself to the club. So I found that the opening structure was missing, so you can work on it. The second thing was that you can also start your speech with any creative quote related to your speech topic. Yeah. So these 2 points I found that you can work on your future speeches. Thank you.
Next, for the second speech by Toastmaster Radha, I'd like to call upon the stage Toastmaster Raj for the evaluation.
So my target speaker Radha attempted L1P3, engaging humor. You started the speech with a very strong note, talking about celebrating women in our life. That's a very powerful objective which we see. You also spoke on the different forms, on the objectives of women in our daily life. You engaged with the audience, giving examples, pointing out to individuals in the audience, which was very good, which kept the audience engaging. In your speech, when you moved forward, you articulated the term shopping and you tried to build a story around it. You gave examples of shoppings and the objectives, which was very well drafted and very well executed on the stage. You also gave example of men and female shopping behavior, which was engaging, which was humorous. You gave the different aspects of the men when you said, what are the thought processes of a man when they go for shopping, in and out kind of pointers which you gave, which was good. For female, when you said that shopping is an emotion, it's an experience, it's a journey. It brought a smile all across the crowd. That was very good. Moving on to the structure, the middle structure of your speech, I somewhere felt lost. The build-up, when you started the speech, the opening structure of the speech was excellent. When you started, after that, I thought the entire structure of what you were here to deliver was completely lost. I, as an evaluator or as an audience, I was not able to relate what you were trying to convey. For me, my only suggestion to you is when it is a speech where you come on the stage and present it on a humor, when you are throwing punches or when you are throwing lines on humor with examples, give time to the audience, give few seconds to the audience to engage and understand. Also, what I understood from your speech is you were running through your lines. You were giving examples one after the other without any pauses. Apart from that, there were too many foghorns in your speeches where you started, where you were not able to relate to the first sentence to the other ones. At times, there were few examples on that as well. You need to work on them as well. All in all, what I would suggest you at the end is whenever you are here, try to give your opening structure which you were good, then try to build up a story, Put one example, then build up a story. You can build up a real life story around it. Based on that, you can put some humor punches in it and conclude with a strong message, how it is going to affect others' life in their daily aspects. That is what I wanted to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Adding to what Toastmaster Raj mentioned, since your life path is engaging humor, I was coming across a few interviews and podcasts on YouTube, and one thing I found that if you can have a hook line in your speech, bring it at the start, in the middle, and at the end, that lands the humor there. Just keep that in mind. All right, the next evaluation is for Toastmaster Anil and the evaluator, Distinguished Toastmaster Mazahir.
everybody. This special one to my speaker, Toastmaster Anil. It's always a pleasure to listen to you. First of all, I want to congratulate you for successfully delivering 2 speeches, successfully incorporating the feedback. I remember telling you improving on the body language. Trust me, I saw there were conscious movements that you were trying to make while you were moving, but you were also stopping. So I think it's a great thing that you're consciously making an effort to pause. So great job on that. You definitely incorporated. The second thing is I also provided you a feedback on too many stories. So I think you constructed your content in such a manner that the protagonist in the entire story felt real. And it was so good. So I want to congratulate you on that as well. So successfully worked on the feedback and also on this particular project. Overall, I'm going to provide my evaluation in a simple form where I'm going to give you the positives, the areas where you can improve, a recommendation of future speeches, and overall summary of it. In terms of positives, you know how to grab attention of an audience, whether it is your voice, whether it's a question, whether it's anything that you want to ask. You have that already. You use a simple and easy to understand language, right? A lot of times stand-up comedians, we love them because we can exactly relate with each and every word they utter, right? So you have that already. You are a humorous speaker. I hope you know that. You can make anyone smile anywhere possible. It's a very, very good skill to have. Like I'm sure all of us are trying to learn that. You're a natural storyteller. So I think a humorist and storyteller is like a really, killing combo that one can have actually. I don't think so we need to learn guitar anymore. We all need to learn, those skills from Anil. In order for you to take this speech to a better level, where and what could have been better is number one is the voice modulation. So what happened? There were aspects in your speech which required to lower down your tone just a little bit. When you're trying to make any point which is a little serious, don't keep it consistent in the same voice. Otherwise, we're already very excited about it, and then we don't know which point is a little up in life and which one is mid and which one is lower. Try to lower it. It makes a lot of sense. The second thing that I would request you to probably work on is the ending. When you have a speech to inspire people, just restart. Machine, human, we are human. That's your message, right? You're trying to motivate us to get something. So a message can be stronger. At times, try to finish it with a quote. It really hits everybody on a different level, right? Start today. What are you waiting for? I'm done with mine. What's yours? Few words here and there, you leave it, people are like shook from within, right? That's another thing. In terms of recommendation, what can be better for future? See if you can, this is part of the speeches that I've been hearing, if you can incorporate more new words in your own vocabulary. This will help you. Dictionary, podcasts, YouTube channels and whatnot possible, listening to others, try and see what other words you can also incorporate and deliver them in your speeches too. It's good to hear certain new words as well. This is a request for the future speeches. Overall, I think you are a wonderful speaker. I'm always looking forward to hear your speeches. There's something new that we all hear. There's a reason to smile, and I just want to listen to you again and again. All the very best for your future speeches and your journey.
Okay, so we're done with the evaluations of the speeches, and now I'll call upon my tag team to give the report of this meeting. First timer, Toastmaster Murthy.
Hi everyone. Hello. Santa is back with the gifts, but not Amazon Watcher gifts with your reports. So everyone perfectly celebrated here. One person over celebrated, and I thought Majahir will almost join that one person. He just missed by exactly, you completed it 3 minutes 30 seconds. I thought you both will do our celebration for New Year joining together, but I think you can do both. You can celebrate with perfectly celebrated people and over celebrated people. So coming to icebreaker timings, Toastmaster Vivek 5 minutes 46 seconds, Toastmaster Radha 6 minutes 45 seconds, Toastmaster Anil 6 minutes 51 seconds. And coming to table topics, Toastmaster Amindra 1 minute 43, and Toastmaster Shivan 1 minute 7, Toastmaster Vaishak 2 minutes 18, and coming to evaluation, Toastmaster Monica 2 minutes 43, and 43 seconds. I'm saving time. And Toastmaster, oh my God, I didn't write the name. Raj, yes. Toastmaster Raj, you are celebrated 3 minutes 39 seconds. And Toastmaster Mazahir, 3 minutes 30 seconds. And in my heart, I'm thinking you have to join him. That's the report from my side. Over to you.
Thank you. Next, I'll invite the R counter on the stage, Toastmaster Anjani.
Hi everyone. Let me give the report. So there are less use of hours today. So let me just give the count. So Sergeant at Arms Shivam, like I observed 1 or 2 hours in your initial one. Next, coming to Timer Murthy, use it like more than 5 times hour. Okay. Toastmaster Vivek, during your speech, I observed 1 or 2 hours, and there was some use of right saying, and there was 1 long pause in your speech. Coming to Toastmaster Radha, there were like 2 or 3 hours, and like that sound came up. Okay, that's 2 or 3 sounds. And Toastmaster Anil, there were some use of hours and like more than 3 times, and so was used multiple times. So, and there was use of I think, such things were there. And coming to table topics, Akshay R1, Avanindra like R twice, and like was used once or twice. Toastmaster Shivam, R 2 times were used. And coming to evaluators, Toastmaster Monica, R was used twice and like was used twice. And Toastmaster Raj, I observed multiple R's and such sound 3 or 4 times. And you know was used multiple times. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, I would like to invite Toastmaster Saurabh, the grammarian for today.
Thank you, everyone. So we have very good usage of word in 5 or 6, but in the quote also. So Gopinath sir has used RISE, respect, integrity, service and excellence. It's a very good usage. We can use that one. Radha has used pink tax, bargain hunters and shopaholics. It's very good usage. Power of pink is unavoidable. And the 4th one is shop smartly, dear fashionista. This one is a good usage and looks graceful actually also. So Vaisakh has used the quote, if procrastinating a physical form, it would be a New Year's resolution. So it's a good one. Thank you from my side. Yes, so no one has used felicity, day of the word. I did something, yeah. So, so for your word of the day. Word of the day. Yes, that's it from my side.
Thank you. Okay, so that was the evaluation for today. Overall, a very nice meeting, and I'm happy to be the general evaluator for a very short and sweet meeting, because that's a very good start for me. So I'll hand over the stage to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Gopinath.
Okay, I've done all the speech. Thank you so much for being such a wonderful audience, celebratory mood, the felicity. So I really felt the felicity. So thank you so much. And whenever they ask a survey, you want what role you want to take. My default answer is TMOD. So I hope I enjoyed my TMOD role, and it is time to call back our wonderful president. I'm sure we have meeting next week. Okay. So today is the last meeting of the year. So let us really celebrate with the closing remarks from our wonderful president, committed president, distinguished Toastmaster Mazahir.
The voting link has been posted in the group. I'll give you guys some time. I know network can be a little sketchy. Yeah, there's already a feedback on network. Okay, that's fine, just 2 feedbacks. If I can hear at least majority saying yes, they can vote, great. Because the whole manual counting takes time. And, it's really powerful of 2 role players cutting down on their roles, such as the table topic master and general evaluator for the report, because they appreciate and they want us to finish the meeting on time. I will not let their effort go to waste. In case the link will not work right now, I will still encourage all of you to vote outside. It's okay. We can announce the winners later as well. It's totally fine with me. I'll directly come to the announcement, but guys, go ahead and keep voting. If I have at least majority of the votes over here, I can go with the announcement on that. The second thing is, today will be the last day where we are seeking nomination for the new executive committee. We already have a lot of nomination, but we are still looking for certain positions. The position of a VPPR, the position of a secretary, the position of a sergeant-at-arms are still open. I'm glad to say that we have received nomination for the president, which is from Distinguished Toastmaster Libby. We have a nomination from Toastmaster Raj for the VP Education, and we also have a nomination from Toastmaster Akshay for the post of Vice President Membership, and we also have a request from Toastmaster Radha to take up the treasurer for the next term. So we have these nominations, but we're still looking for more. In case you wish to, I know I'm yet to talk to a lot of people, but in case you guys want to come up front and take up these positions, it's always a pleasure working within Toastmaster, within a club as an executive member. Because if somebody asks me, and people do ask me this question at work and otherwise, I said, Mazahir, what is that one thing in Toastmaster that you enjoy? I said, one of the many things that I enjoy is being part of the executive committee. Because for a paid position, people automatically pay you respect, considering it's a paid position, right? But to gain that respect in a non-profit organization where nobody pays each other, I think it's a big thing. This is where you learn from others. 5 fingers aren't the same. Your committee is never the same. There are people who got good opinion. There are people who would want to let you do better. And for all the good reasons, give your nominations and let us know if you're interested to serve between Jan to June 2024 for the, this will technically be the 3rd executive committee for our term upcoming. December 31st meeting is cancelled, considering we're already seeing a decline of attendance, and I'm sure a lot of people, considering this is a long weekend and a new year, and I'm also not here, so why to blame others? I'm only not there, right? So we have cancelled the December 31st meeting. We are right now under a discussion and seeking out venues nearby ACS layout, Marthali and all of that. So we are in search of a new venue right now. As soon as we have any clarification, we will definitely let you know. But our preference of location would remain somewhere on the main road, so it becomes easier for people to transport. Example, people, let's say they want to take bus or any other mean of transport, it becomes easy for them. So Marthali Road, ACS layout, Tubrahalli and all of that is our area to go to. That's what we're looking for. That's that. Announcement of the winner will happen later. Now, I'm not really making it sound like it's my last address and I will not be coming to the meeting. I'll be as active as you all are. One thing as a resolution, if I would probably want to talk about, for me, I would love to start delivering speeches. I'm sure you guys have heard me enough impromptu, but you haven't heard my speeches. So one resolution that I will take up for myself, that I'll start giving speeches. The committee is changing, so we would require your support as members to make sure that whenever we need anything from you, go ahead and try to do a little better. One request that I have, and it's only a request, that whenever we ask you for your availability for the next week's meeting, please provide that. Even if you're a little tentative, it's okay. Nobody's gonna hold your hand and bring it because you said yes. You can always change it. Support us in that. The committee is changing. There will be a new president. There will be somebody who's doing the VP education for the first time. There will be somebody who's doing the VP membership for the first time. Somebody might be playing this role for the first time. So they would need a lot of support of yours. And I'm sure, considering this is a supportive and an encouraging environment, you guys will do your best. With the hope that our club will achieve its best in 2024, there's one last announcement that I have, and this is related to Coronation 2024. Toastmaster also celebrates its own Habba, a year-awaited fest, as you may want to call it, for Toastmaster. Coronation 2024 is ahead. It's a paid networking event of Toastmaster, which is not limited networking. There will be speeches, there will be keynotes, there will be who's of who of Toastmaster available, and a lot more that I can't tell you. It's a paid event. Why am I saying that? Is because usually these events are taking place at 5 Stars property. And then there is this food per plate, because I was part of the committee last year, the organizing, so I know there's a food per plate cost that they keep in mind, which will be provided, hence there will be a charge. Now don't quote me, the price to attend this event, which is for 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, I think May 25th, 26th, so whatever Saturday, Sunday is nearby, this will happen. Whenever the links are out for registering, we will definitely put them in the group. A point to support would be, whenever I or you, as in we, as in all of us, happen to see anything which is related to, which can help our member, anything to do with communication, leadership, please feel free to put that in the group. We will never count you wrong for doing that. And when we put in, take and try and see if we can take actions. Right? I was little, on the thoughts of yesterday when somebody asked me, Mazahir, we don't see anybody from Whitefield Toastmaster. It was very unusual at an event that happened yesterday. And I told them that, listen, our group in such a manner that if we do something on a Saturday, it's difficult for us to do it and also attend a meeting on a Sunday, because 2 days commitment becomes hard. But try and see if there's something that you see outside, put that in the group, encourage each other. This is the time where you're not only limited to one particular person, 2 people or few individual. This group is open to all. We all are together. To the beginning, to begin with, we all are members of Whitefield Toastmaster. And that's the first relationship that we have with each other. So anytime you see anything, encourage first of all each other to attend. Keep posting anything that's going to happen. Now from Jan, first week's meeting, I'm really going to encourage all of you to try and show your commitment. If you know someone who's your friend who's not been turning up for some time, call them and say, hey, it's time for you to come back, right? And on that note, let me officially adjourn. We have the winners available. Okay, super. So that's a wonderful thing. We still got 2 minutes though. I'm always, by the way, feeling within that I've exceeded, and most of the time I do. So I agree with you. All right, cool. I think so. We can do this. We can simply just call the winners. One by one over here. I will start with the best supporting role player, the best auxiliary role player. Somebody who played the role of a Santa, definitely a good Santa. Timer for our today's meeting, Toastmaster Motu, congratulations. The best role player for today's meeting, I think from the very first second, the moment we saw him entering, to the very last or whatever that he said, Toastmaster of the day, congratulations. Let's celebrate him as the best role player. The best table topic speaker for today is somebody who roamed not only in India but outside, spoke about a festival. Toastmaster Vaishak, congratulations. Before I go to the best speaker, let me also congratulate myself as the best evaluator. I will do a winning speech some other day, but not today. And the best speaker for today's meeting is Toastmaster Anil. Congratulations. If Monica, can you take a picture if you don't mind? And we'll all pose, and we'll pose like a winner. Is that okay? We will do a V. Yeah? V. Vaishak is like, no, not that. Take your phone. Use your phone. Okay, so V. Everybody, victory. 3, 2. Congratulations. Your virtual certificates will get delivered to you by today, and including the poster for the winner. Enjoy those. Okay, last thought, casual one, just before I move. How many of you are on Instagram, by the way? Instagram, even if you deleted your ID, Instagram. Raise your hand. I saw your picture and all. Okay, Instagram, right? Many of you. How many of you guys are following Whitefield Toastmasters? How many of you are like, share, subscribe to our channel? In case you haven't done that, encourage all of you to kindly follow us. We are really active on Instagram, trust me. We have some fun comment coming up. We have a lot that is planned for 2024. We need your support to support us in person, among people, social media platform and whenever possible. Because I think 2024 going to be the year of encouragement. Going to be the year that we motivate each other. Going to be the year that we start complimenting each other for things that they've achieved. The moment someone says, I have achieved this, it's the time for us to celebrate. They are less, they are more, it doesn't matter. If you want to know how to celebrate, simply just ask them, do you want to come and have a cup of chai? I think we all deserve that. Let me officially adjourn the meeting. Thank you. May I request the recording please stop and let's gather for a group picture.